Stop scrolling, because what I'm about to tell you will make you question everything you thought you knew about family loyalty. My name is Rebecca Miller. I'm 29 years old, and 2 weeks ago, I got married in a beautiful ceremony in Colorado. My parents weren't there, not because I didn't invite them, but because they chose not to come. Last week, I found out they'd been telling everyone at their church that I eloped in secret because I was ashamed of my simple, working-class parents. They painted me as a snob, a daughter who abandoned her roots. Everyone believed them. I was getting calls from relatives, angry messages from family friends. So yesterday, at Sunday dinner with my entire extended family present, I did something I never thought I'd do. I pulled out my wedding invitation, the one I'd hand-delivered to my parents 8 months ago. I showed them the date, the venue, the RSVP card that was never returned, and then I played the voicemail, the one where my mother told me exactly why they weren't coming. What happened next destroyed their perfect victim story. Stay with me, because this story is about more than just a wedding. Let me take you back so you understand the full picture. I grew up in a small town in rural Ohio, population 3,000. My dad worked at the local factory. My mom was a cashier at Walmart. We lived in a trailer park. We didn't have much money, but we had enough. I have 2 younger brothers, Jake and Tommy. Both still live in our hometown. Growing up, my parents always told me the same thing. Don't get too big for your britches, Rebecca. Remember where you came from. Don't think you're better than us. It was constant. This fear that I'd somehow leave and forget them. The thing is, I never wanted to leave them. I just wanted more from life. I was a good student, straight A's. I loved reading. I loved learning. My teachers encouraged me to apply to college. Rebecca, you're smart enough to get scholarships. You could go anywhere. When I told my parents I wanted to go to college, they weren't supportive. College, my dad said. That's for rich kids. You'll just end up in debt. I can get scholarships. You'll go to community college if you go anywhere, my mom interrupted. Stay local. Stay with family. But I want to go to a 4-year university. Study psychology. Psychology? My dad laughed. What kind of job are you going to get with that? I want to be a therapist. Help people. Help people? Rebecca, you need to help yourself first. Get a real job. Maybe work at the hospital as a nurse like your cousin. I don't want to be a nurse. I want to be a therapist. My mom shook her head. You're going to waste 4 years and come back with nothing. Mark my words. But I applied anyway. I got accepted to Ohio State University. Full ride scholarship. When I showed them the acceptance letter, they weren't happy. Columbus? That's 3 hours away, my mom said. It's one of the best schools in the state. It's too far. What if something happens? Mom, I'll visit. I'll call all the time. You're abandoning us, my dad said quietly. That's what this is. I'm not abandoning you. I'm going to college. Same thing? I went anyway, because I had to. Those 4 years at Ohio State changed my life. I discovered who I was outside of my small town. I made friends from different backgrounds. I learned about the world. I studied hard. I got my degree in psychology. Then I got accepted to a master's program. You're doing more school, my mom said when I told her. When are you going to get a real job? This is leading to a real job, Mom. I'm going to be a licensed therapist. Therapist? That's just fancy talk for listening to rich people complain. I finished my master's degree. I got licensed. I got a job at a therapy clinic in Columbus. I was making $65,000 a year. Not rich, but comfortable. I rented a nice apartment. I had a good life. But every time I visited home, I felt the judgment. Look at you in your fancy clothes, my mom would say. These are from Target, Mom. Still, you've changed. You're not the same Rebecca who left here. Of course I've changed. I grew up. You got too big for your britches, just like we said you would. 3 years ago, I met Chris at a professional conference. He was a social worker, kind, compassionate, dedicated to helping people. We started dating, fell in love. Chris grew up in Colorado. His family was middle class. His dad was a teacher. His mom was a librarian. They were educated, well-read. They valued learning and growth. When I met them, they welcomed me immediately. "Rebecca, it's so wonderful to meet you," his mother said, hugging me. "Chris has told us so much about you. Thank you for having me. We hear you're a therapist." That's such important work. I nearly cried. Someone finally saw value in what I did. I didn't introduce Chris to my parents for almost a year. I was scared they'd embarrass me, scared they'd judge him, scared they'd say something that would ruin everything. Finally, I brought him home for Thanksgiving. The moment we walked in, I saw my mom's face. Chris was wearing khakis and a nice sweater, clean cut, polite. "Mom, Dad, this is Chris." Chris extended his hand. "It's great to meet you both. Rebecca talks about you all the time." My dad shook his hand briefly. "You're from Colorado?" "Yes, sir. Denver area. Long way from here." "It is. But it's beautiful there. You should visit sometime." My mom snorted. "We don't travel much. Can't afford fancy trips." Chris looked confused. "Oh, I didn't mean—" "We're simple people," she continued. "Not like you college types." "Mom," I said sharply. "What?" "It's true. We didn't go to college. We work real jobs." "Chris has a real job. He's a social worker." "Social worker," my dad repeated. "How much does that pay?" I was mortified. "Dad, that's rude. I'm just asking. If he's going to marry my daughter, I should know if he can support her." Chris handled it gracefully. "I make a comfortable living, sir. And Rebecca is very successful herself." "Rebecca needs to come back home," my mom said. "Stop playing therapist in the city and settle down here." The rest of the visit was painful. My parents made snide comments. They talked about how I'd changed. They implied Chris thought he was better than them. On the drive back to Columbus, Chris was quiet. "I'm so sorry," I said. "They were awful." "It's okay. They're protective. They're judgmental. There's a difference. Do they not want you to be successful? They want me to be successful by their definition, which means staying in town, working a simple job, never wanting more. That's sad." "Yeah, it is. Last year Chris proposed. It was perfect, romantic, everything I dreamed of. I called my parents to tell them, 'Mom, Chris proposed. We're getting married.'" "Married? To the Colorado boy?" "Yes! I'm so happy. Where's the wedding going to be?" "We're thinking Colorado. His family is all there, and it's such a beautiful state." "Colorado? So none of us can come?" "What?" "Of course you can come. We'll help with travel." "Rebecca, we can't afford to fly to Colorado. You know that. We'll pay for your flights. And hotel. I want you there. This is typical. You choose his family over yours." "I'm not choosing anyone. I want everyone there." "If you really wanted us there, you'd have it here, in Ohio, where your family is." "Mom, Chris's entire family is in Colorado. It makes sense. Makes sense for them, not for us, but that's fine. You do what you want. You always do." She hung up. I sat there, staring at my phone, feeling like I'd been punched. Chris and I decided to move forward with a Colorado wedding. His parents helped us find a beautiful venue in the mountains. Small, intimate, about 80 guests. We set the date for October, 8 months away. I designed the invitations myself. Beautiful cards with mountain scenery. I hand-delivered one to my parents when I visited in February. "Here's the official invitation," I said, handing it to my mom. She barely looked at it. "October 14th, Colorado. Yes, we'd love for you to be there. We'll think about it." "Mom, I need to know for the head count." "We said we'll think about it." Over the next few months, I tried to involve them. I sent pictures of the venue, updates about planning. I called every week. "Hey, Mom, we picked the menu. They're doing this amazing." "That's nice, honey. And we found the perfect florist." "Are you going to RSVP? I need final numbers." "Rebecca, I told you." "We'll see. The RSVP date is next week." "We heard you." The RSVP date came and went. No response from my parents. I called, "Mom, I need your RSVP." "We're not coming." My heart sank. What? We're not coming to Colorado. We can't afford it, and honestly, we don't feel welcome. Not welcome? I've been asking you to come for months. You've been telling us to come. Not asking. There's a difference. What are you talking about? This whole wedding is about what you want, what his family wants. Nobody asked what we want. What do you want? We want our daughter to have a wedding we can attend. But you don't care about that. I offered to pay for everything. It's not about money. It's about you choosing them over us. I'm not choosing anyone. I'm getting married in a place that's important to both of us. Well, enjoy your fancy mountain wedding. We won't be there. She hung up. I called back. No answer. I texted. No response. I called my brothers. Did Mom tell you she's not coming to the wedding? Yeah, Jake said. She said you didn't really want her there anyway. That's not true. I've been begging her to come. That's not what she told us. A month before the wedding, I tried one more time. I drove to Ohio, showed up at their door. We need to talk, I said. About what? My mom asked. About the wedding. Please come. It won't be the same without you. Rebecca, we've made our decision. Why? Give me one real reason. Because you're ashamed of us. You're ashamed of where you came from. You want to show off for his rich family and we don't fit. That's not true. I've never been ashamed of you. Then why have a wedding we can't attend? You can attend. I'm literally begging you to come. We're not welcome there, Rebecca. Face it, you've moved on to bigger and better things. You don't need us anymore. I do need you. You're my parents. Then have the wedding here. I can't. It's all planned. It's in 3 weeks. Then I guess you made your choice. I left crying. October 14th arrived. I got married in the mountains without my parents there. My brothers didn't come either. They sided with my parents. It should have ruined the day, but it didn't. Because Chris's family embraced me completely. His mother helped me get ready. You look beautiful, sweetheart. Thank you. I just wish... I know. I'm sorry they're not here. But we're here. And we love you. His aunt walked me down the aisle since my father wasn't there. It's an honor, she said, tears in her eyes. The ceremony was beautiful, small and intimate, surrounded by people who loved us. When Chris and I said our vows, I meant every word. I was marrying my best friend, my partner, the person who saw me for who I was. At the reception, Chris's father gave a toast. Rebecca, you're not just joining our family. You already are family. We're so grateful Chris found you. Welcome home. I cried, because it felt like home in a way my actual home never had. The wedding was perfect, but there was a hole, the absence of my parents. After the honeymoon, we came back to reality. I texted my mom, I got married. I wish you'd been there. No response. I sent photos. No response. 2 weeks of silence. Then I got a call from my Aunt Linda. Rebecca, I need to tell you something. What? Your mother has been telling everyone at church that you eloped, that you didn't have a real wedding because you were ashamed of them. My blood ran cold. What? She said you ran off to Colorado and got married in secret, that you didn't want anyone from Ohio there because you're embarrassed by your working-class family. That's a complete lie. I invited them. I begged them to come. I figured. But everyone believes her. People have been calling me asking why you do that to your parents. She's lying. She's actually lying. I believe you. But you need to set the record straight. I was shaking with anger. My mother was painting herself as the victim, as the abandoned mother, when she was the one who refused to come. I called my mother. She actually answered. Hi, Rebecca. Why are you telling people I eloped? Silence. Mom, I know what you've been saying, that I got married in secret, that I was ashamed of you. Well, you might as well have eloped for all we knew about it. I sent you an invitation. I called you every week. I begged you to come. You didn't really want us there. Stop lying. You're lying to yourself and everyone else. Don't raise your voice to me. You chose not to come. You made that choice, and now you're making me the villain? We couldn't afford. I offered to pay for everything. Flights, hotel, everything. You said no because it wasn't on your terms. She was quiet. "I'm done with this," I said. "I'm done with your manipulation. I'm done being punished for building a life you don't approve of." "Rebecca, next Sunday, family dinner at Grandma's house. I'll be there, and you're going to tell everyone the truth." "I don't know what you're talking about." "Yes, you do. See you Sunday." I hung up. That Sunday, I drove to Ohio. My grandmother's house was full. My parents, my brothers, aunts, uncles, cousins. Everyone looked at me when I walked in. The prodigal daughter who'd allegedly eloped in shame. "Rebecca," my grandma hugged me. "We heard you got married. Why didn't you tell us?" "I did tell you, Grandma." I invited everyone. My mother looked uncomfortable. We all sat down for dinner. The tension was thick. After we ate, I stood up. "Can I have everyone's attention?" The room went quiet. "I want to clear something up. I've been hearing that people think I eloped, that I had a secret wedding because I was ashamed of my family." My mother's face went red. I pulled out my phone. "This is the wedding invitation I gave to my parents." 8 months before the wedding, I showed it around. October 14th, Colorado, RSVP by September 1st. People passed the phone around looking at it. I called my parents every week. I sent updates. I offered to pay for their flights and hotel. My mother stood. "Rebecca, this isn't necessary." "Yes, it is." "Because you've been lying." I pulled out another phone screen. This is the text thread where I asked for their RSVP multiple times. Then I did something I never thought I'd do. I played a voicemail. On speaker, my mother's voice filled the room. "Rebecca, we're not coming to Colorado. We don't feel welcome. This whole wedding is about what you want. Enjoy your fancy mountain wedding without us." The room was silent. People stared at my mother. "I begged you to come," I said quietly. "You chose not to. And then you told everyone I eloped in shame. You made yourself the victim of a story where you were actually the one who abandoned me." My mother's eyes filled with tears. "You don't understand." "I understand perfectly. I built a life you didn't approve of. And instead of being happy for me, you punished me. And when that didn't work, you lied about me. I'm your mother. Then act like it. Mothers show up. They support their children. They don't lie to make themselves look better." My grandmother spoke up. "Linda, is this true? Did you refuse to go to her wedding?" My mother looked down. "It was in Colorado. We couldn't afford—" "She offered to pay," my aunt said. "I heard that voicemail. She offered to pay for everything." "You lied to us," my uncle said. "You made Rebecca look like the bad guy when she did nothing wrong." My mother started crying. I felt like I was losing her. She went to college, moved away, stopped being the daughter I knew. "I grew up, Mom. That's what kids do. They grow up. They build their own lives. That doesn't mean they don't love you." "But you chose his family over us." "I didn't choose anyone. I wanted everyone there. You're the one who made it a competition." The dinner ended awkwardly. Some family members apologized to me. "We're sorry we believed the wrong story." Others didn't know what to say. My mother left early, still crying. My grandmother pulled me aside. "I'm proud of you for standing up for yourself." I didn't want to, but I couldn't let her keep lying. "She's scared, Rebecca, scared of losing you, but she's going about it all wrong. She's already lost me, not because I left, but because she pushed me away." My brothers were awkward with me. Jake said, "We didn't know she was lying." "You should have asked me. You should have asked for my side." "Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. It wasn't much, but it was something." I drove back to Columbus that night, emotionally exhausted. Chris held me when I got home. "How did it go?" I played the voicemail. Everyone heard it. "How do you feel?" "Angry, sad, relieved, all at once." "Are you glad you did it?" "Yeah, I am. Because now everyone knows the truth. She can't keep playing victim anymore." 2 days later, my mother called. "Rebecca, we need to talk." "Okay. I'm sorry. For lying, for making you look bad, for missing your wedding." "Why did you do it, Mom?" "Because I was hurt. And I wanted everyone to understand why. But you weren't the victim. You were the one who hurt me." "I know. I see that now. Everyone at church is angry with me. They can't believe I missed my daughter's wedding. Is that why you're apologizing? Because people are mad at you? She was quiet. Partially. But also because I've been thinking about what you said, about me pushing you away. You did push me away. For years. Every time I succeeded, you made me feel guilty for it. I was scared you'd forget where you came from. I never forgot, but you acted like I had to stay small to prove I remembered. I was wrong. Yes, you were. Can you forgive me? Eventually. But not today. Today I'm still hurt. That's fair. We talked for an hour. Really talked. About how she felt abandoned when I left for college. About how I felt judged every time I came home. About how we'd both built up resentment instead of talking about it. I want to see your wedding photos, she said. If that's okay. Okay, I'll send them. And Rebecca? You looked beautiful. I saw the one your cousin posted on Facebook. Thanks, Mom. I should have been there. Yeah, you should have. It's been 3 months since that Sunday dinner. My relationship with my parents is still rocky, but it's honest now. They came to visit us in Columbus last month. First time they'd visited me in 8 years. We showed them around, took them to dinner, showed them our apartment. This is nice, my dad said, looking around. You've built a good life. Thanks, Dad. I'm sorry I never said that before. That I'm proud of you. I almost cried. Thanks. My mom looked at the wedding photos on our wall. It really was beautiful. It was. I wish I'd been there. Me too. Can we start over, she asked. Not forget what happened, but try to do better? We can try. They're trying. Really trying. They ask about my work now. They're polite to Chris. They don't make snide comments. It's not perfect. They're still hurt. Still years of damage to undo. But it's progress. Last week, Chris's parents came to visit. For the first time ever, both sets of parents were in the same room. My mom was nervous, but Chris's mom was warm and welcoming. It's so nice to finally meet you, she said, hugging my mother. Rebecca speaks so highly of you. My mother looked surprised. She does? Of course. She loves you very much. That night over dinner, both families laughed and talked. My dad told stories from my childhood. Chris's dad shared embarrassing stories about Chris. It felt normal, like this was how it should have been all along. As we said goodbye, my mom hugged me tight. Thank you for not giving up on us, she whispered. Thank you for finally showing up. So here's what I learned from all of this. Sometimes the people who love you will hurt you the most, not because they're evil, but because they're scared. Scared of change, scared of losing you, scared you'll outgrow them. My mother was so afraid of me leaving that she pushed me away, and then she lied about it to make herself feel better. But here's the thing about truth. It always comes out. You can't rewrite reality. You can't play victim when you're the one who caused the pain. I didn't want to expose my mother, but I couldn't let her lies stand. Sometimes you have to defend yourself, even against family, especially against family. So let me ask you something. Have you ever been blamed for something you didn't do? Has family ever twisted the truth to make you look bad? How did you handle it? Did you confront them or stay silent? Drop your story in the comments. I want to hear it. And if this resonated with you, smash that subscribe button, because every week I share stories about family, boundaries, and standing up for yourself. Real stories, honest stories, stories that remind us we're not alone in these struggles. My name is Rebecca Miller Anderson. Yes, I hyphenated, because I'm honoring both families now, the family I was born into and the family I married into. Both have value, both are part of my story. But I won't let anyone, not even my mother, rewrite that story to suit their narrative. Thank you for listening. Remember, your truth matters. Don't let anyone steal it from you. Defend yourself. Set the record straight. Stand up for your story, even when it's hard, especially when it's family. Until next time, keep living your truth, keep building your life, and keep showing up for yourself. See you in the next story.